to the monthly portfolio update videos. This will be the update of myself going into November, just after the October's finished, and going through my portfolios and seeing how they've tracked and how the valuations are looking coming the end of October and start of November. So to start it off, I wanted to say the stake portfolio currently sits at 10,968 USD, down 16% at this time, and that's currently 17,151 Australian dollars. And my Vanguard investing account currently sits at 2,270 Australian dollars, which is roughly around 1,450 USD. So that makes the total portfolio value around 19,421 AUD and 12,419 USD. The next update next time we do this video is my portfolio value should pass $20,000 in Australian dollars for the first time, which is a big milestone for myself, even with the portfolios being hit so heavily with how everyone's has. Being able to break $20,000 invested is a pretty big milestone, especially as 20. It's something I wanted to do. So 20 years old and $20,000 invested is something I've been meaning to do, and I'll be able to hit that come the end of November, or even soon when I make my next deposit, which should be in like a week or so. And I just kind of wanted to go through what I plan to do, and you can see over the last month the market's kind of rebounded a little bit. I know my portfolio, certain positions have gone up, but then when you go to the 3 months and the year, you can see how bad things have really been. And you can just look through my portfolio and see the bloodbath. I mean, even if I compared it to when I was doing portfolio updates earlier in the year, everything was in the green. Microsoft, I was way in the green, and now it's down nearly 17.5%. Meta is one we'll touch on soon, come back to that. Same with Google. Her position I was up a lot in is now down over 33%. And we'll kind of go through these today. So we'll start off with the big ones. Google, you can see it's down 21% in the last 3 months and 37% in the year. This stock was one I was really, really keen on, especially after I had that massive growth run, and I was it was when I was newer to investing, so I was kind of jumping on the bandwagon a little bit, you could say, just trying to catch on and kind of ride the growth as much as I could. And it did grow a bit for when I had it, and then recently it's just been hit. And same with Meta, and these are two positions I invested in really early when I started investing, and you can see just the rough time Meta's had the last year. And they're both around digital ad spend is a lot of the big issues, other than just general inflation and cost of living and people being a bit scared in the market. But ad spend something really big worry. And one of my previous jobs I worked in was with Google Ads, and you could kind of see it tone off and people being a bit scared to invest into their businesses with digital ad spend right now. And you can see that kind of reflect, especially when these two companies did their earnings. And it's just two rough positions to have. I haven't added to them too recently. I don't know if I will. If I was to add to one, it'd be Google over Meta. But my Meta position's already so far down that selling out of it now is probably just not even worth it anymore. And I still remember when the whistleblower saga happened, and I believe that was this drop here. And then since then, it's just been on a constant downward spiral. Even last video, I said it probably realistically can't go down too much further. And then it went and had another big drop. So you can't really, I can't really get anything too right at the moment. But I guess that's why you buy quality companies and hold them for the long run, like Apple, and hopefully even ETFs like VOO. So going into the Vanguard portfolio, I have invested more money recently. I'm trying to grow these positions, so I put more money into VAS and VGS. I plan to continue investing into these ones, and this can be kind of like my safe haven, a bit away from the risk, and a bit more safe in here, just constantly putting money into these two massive ETFs and kind of growing these. Coming into November, the plan is probably to get this portfolio to around $3,000, hopefully. That'd be the goal. With the cash available right now, it's just, let's say, 2,350. So yeah, if I can add that extra $650, and then for the stake portfolio, it's been a bit neglected lately, but it's a bit hard to judge with how the US markets and everything's been going. So the plan's probably to invest another $500 into here, which would be nice, and yeah, get me over that $20,000 mark. When it comes to investing, 2 stocks that I'm really looking into is Microsoft. Microsoft is a great company, which I think has been hammered a little bit unjustifiedly. Like it says, down 31.5% this year. And when you look at it, they beat out on some revenue. I did a video, a short, going through their after their earnings. And yeah, guidance might have been pulled back a bit, but this is still a great company. I don't think it deserves to be having pulled down like this. And yeah, even if you go to the 3 years, you can kind of see, I remember when it was up around that near that 350 mark, and now it's gone all the way back down. And yeah, it's a cut. That's something I plan on buying into. I think this will be a great time to buy into Microsoft, especially when Microsoft and Apple were always my 2 biggest tech holdings. And Apple's been doing all right. It just had a really good day the other day. Here it is, where it was sitting around 144, the next day 155, massive jump. I did a short on that as well. And yeah, so I think I'd rather buy into Microsoft now. And the other one was JP Morgan. I know it's probably a bit controversial buying a bank right now with everything that's going on, but I do see it as a bit discounted, and I do really want to buy into dividend paying strong companies. And that's what I believe JP Morgan is, especially when I look at the other banks that are offering. I think it is one of the best ones. So kind of just growing my position in JP Morgan. Yeah, currently 664 USD invested. I want to grow that a bit more and just, yeah, grow that dividend payments. I already kind of touched on the Meta crash. That's something I wanted to speak on. I don't know if I will sell out of it at this time, but I'm thinking of maybe stepping out of a little bit of the position and cutting the losses. But again, it's been so discounted that it's almost too cheap to sell out of something like this now. I know I saw a lot of the big investors putting money into Meta. That was before the recent drop off, and yeah, it's still a great company, but with the whole metaverse investments that they're making, that's kind of losing the money. It's just, do I really want to be in this for the long run? Even social media stuff like that, I don't know if that's really the type of business that I want to get involved into. So it's something I'll really decide this month, and if it does have a bit of a run back up, I'll probably sell out some of it and try to just get a bit of money out and maybe invest that money into JP Morgan or Microsoft, which I believe in a lot more. But I'll keep you guys updated and kind of whatever I do with this position. And then another thing I wanted to touch on was to do with the Fed. So as you can see, this is recent as well, the 1st of November. The Fed is expecting to raise interest rates by 0.75 of a point and then signal it could slow the pace. But yeah, the Federal Reserve has been hiking these interest rates, and it does have a big effect on the market and investors' sentiment. So just trying to keep up with this. And I've also recently started working at a bank here in Australia, so I get to see firsthand the effects this stuff does have. And yeah, I was even looking, even recently, the Reserve Bank in Australia raised the rates by 0.25%. So yeah, I saw that effect that had on, and I was speaking to some of the people who do the home lending and stuff like that, and yeah, kind of going through with them and what changes for them and their clients and people with looking to refinance, and just kind of see the effect of it. But yeah, I think interest rates are going to continue to get raised, and it probably isn't going to be the best for your portfolios, but hopefully in the long run it can kind of help combat inflation. But yeah, that's not something I wanted to carry on about too much. I just thought it was something important to highlight. But yeah, the next video, hopefully I can get the portfolio to $20,000 and grow the keep growing the channel. I mean, the channel has already been growing, and that's really good to see. I'm up to 158 subscribers now. It was only recently that I actually broke the 100 mark, especially when you see, I know I see a lot of YouTube videos on it saying like your growth isn't at a constant pace. You have some days where it goes up more. Like the other day I had 7 subscribers, and that was great to see. But yeah, I've had videos doing well recently. and that's just, yeah, it's good to see it grow a little bit, and after years of hard work, finally getting a bit more of the payout, getting to see more people subscribing, more comments, more views, that type of thing. And yeah, I'm actually planning on creating a spreadsheet and kind of making a video of going through my entire, not just these investment portfolios, but everything I have with my cash holding and stuff like that. And yeah, just seeing how much everything is, because this is something I want to do for myself. So I figured I might as well make a YouTube video on it. And I'm also going to be making a video soon, probably tomorrow, about to do with my new earnings after my new job, and just kind of going through how I'm budgeting and stuff like that. And yeah, as a teenager, or I was a teenager, now I'm in my 20s, early 20s, of someone who's living out the home, paying rent, going to university, and just kind of breaking down my budget. So that was this month's update of finishing October and going to November. And yeah, not the best month for investors or for myself, but it is getting better, hopefully, and I just want to continuously buy in while stuff are cheap. And yeah, that's all. Cheers. If you enjoyed and you like financial content, subscribe for more and more business content, and hopefully soon I can do streams and kind of go a bit more in depth compared to these short YouTube videos where I just kind of overview my portfolio.